So before you spend any money on a topo boundary tree survey, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to do research on what they call the GIS map. This is a little bit of a cheat code, not really like cheating, but it's a little bit of a hack to understand what's going on your property site whenever you're doing a development. So, oh yeah, if you don't know who I am, my name is Franklin Cruz. I'm a real estate developer from True Investors Development. I own the company, and I'm the CEO of it as well. So, one of my claim to fame is I took one house on 9 acres, converted it to 41 houses, sold it to KP Homes for $1.25 million, and then they turned around and named the street after me. Cruz Court, first house was 7187 Cruz Court in Lakeland, Florida. Super awesome. But let's talk about the GIS map. So GIS map, and I'm actually going to walk you through this real quick as well. So let's actually show this. Perfect. So this is the GIS map. Whenever you have a GIS map, what you're doing is, let me kind of show this to you real quick. So you put in the address to your property. I'm putting in the office address right here. So this is the 9 acres that we're doing this entire development. But if you click right here, if you see here, here's this little bar. And if you click survey data, boom, you see how it just changed? So this is now showing the topographical of the actual property. Now, what does GIS mean? Great question. Right here, Geographic Information System. Every single municipality, or that means your county or your city, they have a GIS map. So typically you just type in GIS, whatever your county is, and it should pop up right on Google, right? This is ours in Polk County. And it has a lot of other items that you could check out. You could actually check out your survey data. I can click off of this as well, right? And so then it takes that away, but I could input it, and then it shows me, again, this is the topographical of the actual property and what's going on it. So if I want to dig in deeper, I can. If I want to zoom out and see other areas, I can as well. If I want to see flood zone areas and take that out or put that in, it's going to tell me the flood zone number as well. So this is going to help for the civil engineer. Industrial, when it comes down to utility services, your land use or zoning, what's going on over there, what's going on in the land use as well. So there's a lot of different options that you could check out. My recommendation is, if you really, really want to kind of nerd out on this, you could do this on your own personal property and to kind of see, okay, what does that GIS map say about my property? What does that actually look like? Again, what you want to do is type in your property address in the GIS. So you just got to know what county and city that you're at. So you could type in, if you're in Lakeland, Florida, that's Polk County. If you're in Tampa, that's Hillsborough County. If you're in St. Pete, I believe that's Pasco County, correct? Or Pasco or Pinellas, one of the two. So you want to type in that, and typically it says GIS. Again, it means Geographical Information System. GIS, that's what it is. And so this is very useful because now you could see, okay, do I have road access? Where is the road access? Anything going on with the survey? Make sure you give this link to your civil engineer as well as you move forward with your development, if that's what you want to do. And I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything else out as well. So the three things is flood zones, wetlands, and utilities. And utilities is, where am I getting my water? Where am I getting my electricity? And where's the wastewater going? Wastewater is like, where's the poop going to go? So these are the things that you kind of think about whenever you're doing a new build, or even if you're doing an extension off of your land, like what is what's possible on your land. And so this gives you a way better view of understanding it and getting it done as well. So again, this is an entire thing dealing with what is the GIS? How do you save money when it deals with your survey? Because a topo boundary tree survey is always needed on any kind of development. And that usually costs, on a big site that could, I think on our 180 or 130 acre site, I think we spent, it was like $25,000 because it's very highly technical. And you want to make sure, okay, in your county, here's a way to save some money too on a survey. Does your county, do you have to count all the trees that are above 12 inches or not? Because the city of Lakeland has a requirement, but then Polk County has a different requirement. So it all matters where you're located. So you want to make sure that you are doing what's necessary for your development, but you also don't want to overdo studies because that's where they that's where you're going to be spending way more money. And you don't want to do that. You want to spend as least money, but for the least amount of revenue you want to spend for the highest amount of profitability for yourself within reason. And what I mean by within reason is because then you can say, well, I need to make as much money as I can. The only thing is then nobody will ever buy it. Nobody will ever do anything with it. So you always want to be within reason because you always want to create what I call the win-win-win scenario. Okay. Hopefully this really helps. So my goal is that you really have a better understanding, if you're watching this, on just some of the systems and the tools that we use as real estate developers. All right. Let me know if this helps. I'll talk to you soon. My name is Franklin Cruz from True Investors Development. Do me a favor, like, share it, comment below. I'd love to get what you're getting out of these videos as well, or specifically this one. And again, just put in your own property wherever you're at, or even your aunts, uncles, grandfather, whatever. It's just cool, I think. This is just my nerd side of understanding development. This is, to me, the cool side. All right, bye.